The create radial surface lets you create a surface of typically a tunnel, but it can also use for a canyon or a rock face like you see I have here. So I have a point cloud scan and I want to create a surface using this. Now we have the projected surface, which we can use for portions of this, but if I want to create an entire surface of the bottom of the canyon floor plus the walls, I might want to use this create radial surface. So you need an alignment that is drawn, and with that alignment and point cloud scan you can create a surface. So with the tunnel you're basically doing a surface that's above the alignment, and it opens up from the bottom out. This one's going to open up from the top down, and basically I'll show you what we're talking about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a radial surface, and we're going to call this rock face corridor. And I won't worry about the surface classification, but you can set that. You'll select the horizontal and the vertical alignment. You want to give it a vertical offset. You want to bring it up a little bit, and sometimes you just have to adjust this value, but after a couple attempts I know that 120 is probably a good one. And then the members that we're going to create the surface from is going to be this point cloud, so I'm just going to select those points. Now I could do a window selection and select just certain ones, and then what I'll do is basically click OK. And so it's going to go through, it's going to retrieve the point, and it's going to create a surface. Now by default it believes or thinks that I'm creating a tunnel, so we're going to go into the properties of this surface and change a couple of the properties to give it a true definition of the rock face. So we'll let it calculate just for a second. It shouldn't take too long. So as you can see, it doesn't quite look like the way we want, because again it thinks it is a tunnel. So what we're going to do is pick the surface. So we're going to pick this tunnel surface, and we're going to go to our properties. So I'm going to bring up my properties window here, and you can see here that it's the rock face corridor. It's got the alignment. Here's my vertical offset. A couple of things we might want to do is change this radius value, and then see, this is the key piece right here. It says unwrap from top. We want to switch it to yes. We want to switch to unwrap it from the top versus the tunnel or the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and change this variable. So I'm going to change this variable or this property to yes, and oops, let me go back, pick that again, and instead of unwrap from the top, we're gonna say change it from no to yes, and we're gonna let it process. Again, it's gonna take a few minutes, so we will let it run. Or really just a few seconds. It won't take very long. So now you can see once it's done, and we zoom in, I can turn off the point cloud here to scan. Now you can see that we actually have a better surface. Now there's some where the setup was, it's got some flags, but now you'll notice that we've got a nice surface of that rock ledge, and basically the floor, the bottom of the surface, all along this alignment. All right. So that is the create radial surface command.